Chris withdrew a certain amount of money from the neighborhood ATM before taking his family to the local zoo. He spent $80 on tickets and two-fifths of the remaining money on food. The amount of money he was left with at this point was exactly one-third of the amount of money he withdrew from the ATM. How much money did he withdraw from the ATM? This is a middle school problem. You can try to solve it by writing an equation. The equation will seem fairly complicated to a middle school student, but you can try it. I'm going to solve this problem visually. So I do have the question on top, and I changed the color of some of the parts of the question. The red sentence is what I'm going to start with. He spent $80 on tickets and two-fifths of the remaining money on food. So let's make sure we understand what's going on here. So he spent $80 and then he had some leftover money. We don't know how much he was left with. But we do know one thing. He used two-fifths of the leftover money. That two-fifths, the fifths tell me to cut this rectangle into 5 equal parts. And we do know that he used two-fifths of the remaining money on food. This was gone because he bought some food with it. Then let's read the blue portion of the sentence. The amount of money he was left with at this point was exactly one-third of the amount of money he withdrew. So at this point, he was left with this much. So let's paraphrase. He spent $80 on tickets. Then he had some money. Two-fifths of that money was used to buy food for his family. Then the leftover, which is really 3 of those fifths, were left. And that's the amount of money that also represents one-third of the total amount of money that he withdrew. We're going to use the 3 small red rectangles to reconstruct Chris's whole amount. His entire amount will be reconstructed from the 3 red rectangles. Now, if this is, let's see, let's do a better job. So let me erase everything for now. So this is important, very important. We do know one thing based on our discussion. The total amount of money that he withdrew must be equivalent to 3 times these 3 little red rectangles. That simply means if I take 3 times 3, that's 9 rectangles, I will be able to reconstruct the entire amount that he withdrew. So that's what we're going to do on the next slide. So this is the key portion, okay? From the leftover, he used 2/5, and what was left was 1/3 of the entire amount he withdrew. Now, I just constructed 9 boxes, and the 9 boxes must represent his entire amount. And do take a look. If you construct your 9 boxes, and 1/3 of this, 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. And that does match this piece. So that's the heart of the problem. The rest of the problem is pretty straightforward. So from this figure, we can conclude that these boxes, these 4 boxes, must represent $80. Why? His entire money is comprised of 9 little rectangles. Or we can also say that his entire money is comprised of $80 plus 5 little rectangles. By a little rectangle, I mean this. This is a little rectangle. This is a little rectangle. Okay, so now if that's the case, these 4 rectangles must represent $80. That means each rectangle must represent 80 divided by 4, or $20. We have it. If each rectangle represents $20, I'm going to erase some of this if I can. If each little rectangle is $20, the entire strip, this entire strip must represent 9 times 20 is $180. Let's write it. So amount that he withdrew must be 9 boxes. Each box is worth $20, and 9 times 20 is $180. And let's write it properly so that you can see it. Right here. This is my answer. $180.